Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Curator's Corner. Noelle, part of the Newnan-Coweta Historical Society, and I'm going to be talking again today about family history. This part of family history, we're going to be talking about oral history. So those are stories that are passed down, just who's who in the family, anything that people are saying. It's so important to get those stories. It's so important to write them down, to know your family's history, to know recipes. There's just so many different things that pass down word of mouth that many people, they hear these stories for years. They don't think to write them down, or, these little tidbits get lost. It's like a game of telephone through generations. So something that would be great to do right now in our time of quarantine is to call those older relatives and get those stories, write them down, write down places, write down names, write down dates, and just ask them, let's just talk about this family member or that family member. Get these new stories. We've got plenty of time right now to do that. Something that our family especially talks about is my mom's great-grandma. So my great-great-grandma made these amazing tortillas. A lot of my family came from Mexico. They all live in California right now. So, really good Mexican cuisine over there. That's a little bit harder to find here. But, everybody talks about these tortillas that my great-great-grandmother Mercedes made, and nobody learned how to make them. That recipe has been lost with her after she passed away. And I'm sure enough of the collective can remember bits and pieces to make something, but it definitely wouldn't be the same. It definitely wouldn't be her recipe. So my husband's family, this is my husband's great-grandpa. These are fried pies. They wrote down those recipes, so they still have them. So they're able to recreate their grandpa's fried pies. But, our recipe was lost, so some of our other aunts have different recipes here and there. Albondigas, which is like a Mexican meatball soup. My mom has that recipe. She made sure to get it. She made sure to call one of her aunts to get it. One of my great aunts makes great tamales. So this is the perfect opportunity to call her and say, tell me what I need. Tell me what to do so I can make that. Once we can, get back out, go to the stores. I think tamales, it's only worth making if you're going to make a huge batch of them. So once people are able to come over, we can make those and share them with people. But, that's a huge part of family history, is these recipes that, they get passed down in, the big chests and everything. Recipe books get passed down, but a lot of times those stories don't. So that's another great thing to do right now. Like I said earlier, call those relatives, get the stories. It's something that we really want to have more of at the museum, especially, veterans, people who've been in Newnan their whole lives, all these different stories, all these different experiences, they can be shared, they can be recorded for, we can keep them forever and keep them in the museum and digital formats. So, we've got these firsthand accounts. They're so important. So call up your relatives, get their stories, get recipes, get anything you can, knowledge just about your family. Now's the time.